Hello everyone, my name is Ajay and my presentation is about repair and why it matters. Specifically, we're going to use the case study of a smartphone. Here's a breakdown of what we're going to dive into. First, we'll look at a realistic scenario that could happen to anybody. Next, we'll find out what options that person has when it comes to repair. Then we'll analyze the different types of repair that can be done. After that, we'll look at the industry as a whole. Finally, we'll address some crucial questions about why this matters and why you should also care. Imagine you went to your relative's house for a family gathering. You slowly make your way to find the people you looked forward to seeing the most. You end up finding a nice spot in the room to sit down and catch up with them. However, there are some meddling little kids running around, looking to entertain themselves. They happen to gaze their eyes upon your shiny phone, curiously placed on the table. They beg you up and down to let them play some games on it. You comply with their seemingly innocent request. The following is the unfortunate consequences of that decision. Yep, those two knuckleheads couldn't help themselves. Instead of playing actual games on your phone, they decided to play games with your phone. Specifically, a game called Flip the Phone. I'm sure you can guess what happened next. They tried to impress each other by flipping the phone faster and faster, but eventually ran out of talent. So when this turns into that, it's safe to say that things aren't looking up for you. You now have two little rascals you can choose to discipline yourself or rat out to their parents, and an $850 paperweight. What do you do about it? Instead of wasting my time chewing out those kids, I want to see how much this will cost to fix. Apple built the phone, so they must be able to fix it. Let's see how much it costs to repair the phone if you take it to them. $280 is way too much money. That's not even remotely affordable, especially for an older phone. Let's look elsewhere. Ah yes, these guys must be able to do it cheaper than Apple. They don't have a fancy shop and also don't offer warranties. Wait, what? They're charging the same amount as Apple? Some places even quoted me close to $350. That's just ridiculous. I guess we just have one place left to go. Let's see here. How much is a replacement screen if I buy it myself? $140. I might be able to afford that. However, I don't own any tools that I would need to go ahead with the repair. I need to either buy or rent tools to help with the repair. It costs $50 just to rent Apple's tools for a week? That seems a bit steep. It wouldn't make sense for me to buy some tools because this is just a one-off repair. I guess this must be the way to go. $190 before taxes looks like the best deal I'm going to get, with the added risk of me being personally liable for what happens to the phone. At this point, the problem goes beyond just a cracked phone screen. It reflects a larger issue in the repair industry. Over time, manufacturers have restricted access to parts, which makes it harder for independent repair shops to fix devices. Repair technician Louis Rossman explained this during Right to Repair testimony. He said that a few years ago, a charging chip might cost $5 to $10, but now those chips are often impossible for independent repair shops to buy because manufacturers restrict who can purchase them. When manufacturers restrict access to parts like this, independent repair becomes much harder. Consumers are often left with fewer options and higher repair costs. This matters because the circumstances surrounding repair causes millions of devices to be thrown out prematurely every year, contributing to our landfills. Additionally, large corporations having a monopoly allows them to treat consumers however they want without consequences. Finally, it costs consumers more money if the repair industry is failing. A simple repair like a screen replacement or a charging port fix is slowly becoming unaffordable. Here's some evidence. 62 million metric tons of e-waste was produced globally in 2022, and is expected to reach 82 million metric tons by 2030. And only 22.3% of e-waste is properly recycled. At first, a broken phone screen might seem like a small personal problem, but the issue behind it affects more than just one device. When a repair becomes difficult or expensive, people are more likely to replace their devices instead of fixing them. This contributes to the growing amount of electronic waste and increases demand for new manufacturing. It also affects consumers directly. When manufacturers control parts, tools, and repair access, they gain more power over pricing and repair options. As a result, the ability to repair technology we rely on every day is gradually shifting away from people who own the devices and toward the companies that manufacture them. Thanks for listening, and these are my works cited. Thank you. It costs $50 or rat out to their parent. First, we'll look at a realistic scenario.